We are at Lake Sylvia, and this is the campsite we chose. It has electricity, and there is a campsite right next to us. So we're going to set the tent up lengthways here and kind of make a privacy fence with it and hang out on this side. Remy's fenced out over there. And Ashley is up there paying for the side at that metal pipe. This side with electricity is $25 a night. And I'm going to set the tent up. Well, we have our tent set up and we're fixing to air the air mattress up and get the bed made. That way it'll be done and we won't have to worry about it anymore. And as you can see, I've got the freezer in the back of the Jeep with all of our food and drinks in it. And this site has water and electric. So, you know, it was handy to keep that fridge going. Don't even need my solar panels. And we got the stove set up. Ashley's making some Frito chili pie. That'll be ready here shortly. And Remington's hiding underneath the table because there was some flies got after him. Quite a few people at the campsite. Or I should say, quite a few people at the campground. All in all, it's pretty quiet. But I'm going to put this down, finish getting set up, and get to the point to where we can just relax and enjoy the park. Well, we are walking around the campsite at Lake Sylvia. They do have this area here. You see the red concrete things in front of each of the parking spots. These campsites here are closed. And they have signs up. Let me pivot around here. There's water, a creek that runs along here. And you can see that they have signs up. These are flash flood hazard. So I think they just shut them down because of that. We do have some rain moving in tomorrow, and it should be later in the afternoon, and we'll be packed up by then. Chances light a little bit in the morning, but I think it's going to be okay. We have a weather radio where we can monitor the weather at all times, and we also have two walkie-talkies now that have the weather bands on those, so we now always have a way to get the weather forecast. If my little radio won't pick it up, seems like the walkie-talkies have a lot better signal and they pick it up. I haven't had any issues with those picking it up. But we're just checking the campsite out. We've never been here before. We did drive through once a long time ago. Looks like they've actually maybe done a little bit of work here. That runs to the lake. If you see the blue through the trees, that's where the lake is. Pretty nice campground, great big tent sites. We got the 8-man, 2-room, easy pop-up family tent by Ozark Trail, and they actually make a 10, a 12, a 14, I think a 20, 18 and 20. Huge tents. We won't ever need anything that big, but if you have one of those big tents and you need a big tent pad to set up on, this area has them. All that looks like the electricity's out on this one, but all of them have great big tent pads. And this is the bathhouse on this end. Some more of the lockable trash cans, and I'll start recording some more after we get to this little camp area at the lake. And because I'm gonna grab a hold of him so he ain't pulling her around. Those black and yellow bee looking things are bad, so he's been freaking out about them. Okay, we're walking around Lake Sylvia Lake. We're standing in the day use area. You see the orange cones out there? That's the swim area. But the day use area has picnic tables. That building there. It has a little playground. And that's where you come in at over there. Pretty good size. Come enjoy nature and have fun. Looks like the lake's pretty low.
If I'm not mistaken, that's a diving pier.
See the campground back there? Yeah, it's low.
See?
Yeah. Probably when the lake ain't low, which looks like it's closed off.
Yeah, they've got it roped off. But that's crazy that it's that low, because you probably can't normally see those beams.
Okay, I'm just gonna do a circle starting at the day use area. We're actually sitting at the bench there. We're at the beach or the swim area. And I should be coming up to, I believe it's a beaver dam. Right there, it's coming into view. I'm pretty sure that's a beaver dam. Got some people fishing over there. And then the campgrounds are back on this end, and we're quite a ways from these vehicles here that you can see. We're probably about that much further away. Very nice area. And then coming on back around, we're back in the day use area, and you will see Ashley and Remington. No dogs allowed on the beach. Okay, we're walking up to the little boat ramp, and only electric motors. And it's, like I said, this lake is really low right now. Not much water to put into. You can get some kayaks out in there. You can see the dirt line on those rocks over there of how deep it normally is. And when it's that deep, I bet there's some good fishing inside those concrete. Got some birdhouses across the other side over there. You see that fish just jump right there? Catfish. Don't know that he's gonna do it again, but there's catfish right there. Like a pretty nice size one. More birdhouses over there. And you can see, I hope you can see, let me zoom in, right here in the center of the picture, that's a rock cliff. Pretty tall. I believe there's a trail that goes back that way. There's a old, I believe it was a Girl Scout camp somewhere up in here too that's been shut down. A lot of pine here. So the trees that aren't pine, you can see some color. Some color there. But the trees that's not pine, you got some color. See that one coming there. But as far as the pine trees go, you know, they're just green. And there's a lot of pine in this area. Alright, I'm going to walk back to the beach where Ashley's at so we can head back to camp. Hope y'all are enjoying our little tour of Lake Sylvia. Okay, we are walking back to our campsite. We have just left the beach area. Good little walk. Kind of overcast. Things are kind of cloudy. So we will see how these turn out and share some more later. You can see the Jeep there. We are almost back to camp. Yeah, I know it's upside down, but another use for this little folding chair, a footstool.
While you play Animal Crossing.
Well, we got us a small fire going and we're fixing to make some s'mores. And I don't know if you can see, but I've got my LED lights on that came with that tent, and they're just on low right now. I'll walk up here and let you see inside the... There's the lights up there. And like I said, that's low. It's got a medium and a high. Works really well. But I'm gonna get off here and we're gonna make some s'mores.
I need a baggie for these.
Okay, we're all in the tent.
See, that dog barked and he freaked out.
Being a little bit bigger, you got a whole lot more room. This Remy's sleeping bag down here on the floor. We actually got a little sitting area.
Hey!
Now some of this stuff I didn't actually plan on putting in here, but we actually used it, and she's using it there to hold stuff, so it come in handy. But it's nice having, you know, extra room to hang out in here out of the bugs. And we do have the lights on high now, and you can see how much light is in here because it's dark outside.
And in my personal opinion, this is so much better than the rooftop tent because you didn't have to climb a ladder. You can stand up in here. You can move around. Even with the fact that we have the annex, this is better because you're not having to basically use two tents.
Yeah. And then you don't have to lift him up to get him in there. All of them have their purpose, but you're not going to have this bed in a rooftop tent. So that thing right there is comfortable. And I've got my charging station over here. And of course we have power at this site, but when we are dispersed camping, That's what I use to keep my stuff charged. And these 12-volt beds that you plug into 110, I connect my inverter to this Stanley Fat Max by the jump start cables. Turn the switch on like you was going to jump start a car. Turn the inverter on and plug your bed in. Turn that switch on and it airs right up. No issues at all. But yeah, this is it. And we just set our little porta potty in here for now. There are restrooms here with showers.
Very nice restrooms.
But quite a walk. And for the nighttime, so you don't have to get out in the bugs, you know, it's nice to have one of them right there. And this has a curtain right here. Now, I've got both sides over there, but you can actually put this side on over here and completely seal this off, and it'd be 2 rooms. So if you need some privacy, it can be done. But we're fixing to sign off here and just relax a little bit, and we'll talk to y'all later. Okay guys, we are loaded up and fixing to leave Sylvia Lake, or Lake Sylvia, and everything worked out great. The new tent's pretty awesome, and my AKM cargo bag is holding up very well. 75, 80 mile an hour winds, and you know, we're good to go. And the Jeep, even though it's a small vehicle, we actually brought more than we needed. And it seems like I'm bad about doing that. I'm trying to get my packing skills down to the minimal to where we don't have a bunch of extra. And I've actually got rid of some stuff, but the Cherokee holds everything you need to go spend a great weekend in the woods. Now we're fixing to go ride some gravel roads, make a loop, and then we're gonna head to the house. And you can kind of see where the leaves are this weekend. I think another week or two we might have a whole lot more color, depending on how fast they fall, because as you can see on the ground, leaves are coming down pretty quick. But this is a really cool campground. If y'all are in this area, you need to check it out. $15 for sites with no electricity, $25 for sites with electricity. Some of them do have spots big enough for full-size campers, as you can see over here. But yeah, we're gonna go check out some of the Ouachita National Forest now. Cheers.